Your next comedian is an amazing guy. I love him so much. He's actually going to be moving in with me soon. Not. Like, calm down. Calm down over there. He's going to be a new roommate. Should be saying that. So go ahead and give it up for Mr. Victor Pellegrino.
Yeah, guys, not in that way. I'm gonna be sleeping with Jake. Hi, guys. How are you? Good. I'm doing okay as well. Mostly okay. I need to clear some things up, but other than that, I'm pretty okay. So let's talk about me. My name is Victor Pellegrino. For those that are attracted to me, you could call me Vittorio. Fine. I have a speech impediment. I have a speech impediment, and I am a gimpy. And if you look on the internet, that you will find that there are a lot of people that are really into that. So is anybody from the internet? Good, they're everywhere, I guess. So I am not like the other comedians that you have seen tonight. My parents love me. But I am equipped for demons. Anybody else have demons? Anybody else just a terrible person?
Yeah.
Anybody else just deserve to die? Just me? Okay, well, sometimes it is kind of lonely. But yeah, I do have demons. I have been addicted to soda for the longest time, but I am battling that addiction with my new addiction to alcohol. And it's fantastic. I mean, like, I'll give you an example. I don't drive, I ride a bike, and you can't get a DUI on a bike, and I know this because I never got caught. And even if I did, what are they gonna do, take my license away? Yeah, I like to see them try. Paranoia. Also, I have paranoia. I am a very paranoid person. I can't help but shake the feeling that I am going to die someday. Yeah, I mean, I know some people that died. I don't know a lot of people that died, but I do know some. I just think that I might be one of them. I just seem like that perfect kind of guy that's going to die. You know, I mean, like, I go to a fast food restaurant, this little voice in my head that says, like, hey, this is the very last time you ever get to do this. I go out drinking, and this voice in my head says, hey, you should go for a drive. You know, I go out cooking, I'm chopping things up, and I'm like, hey, you know, there's plenty of things to use a knife for. Too dark? Okay, I agree. Let's change the subject to a happier topic. Yeah, so I do have a lot of social problems, as some people may know about me. One of the things is that I hate giving eye contact. I am not good at giving eye contact at all. And it got me into trouble in the past. I have had so many women come up to me and say, hey, I really do not appreciate how you stare at my breast all the time. And I would always have to say, I'm not staring at your breast, I just really hate looking into your eyes. So I find that to be completely understandable and relatable. But what else? I'm not the best with words either. Words kill me inside. For example, I remember a time that I talked to my professor, and she came by and she said howdy, and I said good, and you? And she just kind of gave me a strange look. Turned out howdy just means hi. They don't care about how you're feeling at all. So keep that in mind. Another little word problem that I have is when people ask, hey, do you mind if I sit next to you? Do you mind if I do this? Do you mind if I do that? Now, the proper answer is no, but I always think the answer is yes, which could also get me into trouble. Like, hey, do you mind if I sit here? And I'm like, yes. And she'll be like, oh, well, fuck you. I wanted to just, you know, have a moment, get to know you, maybe even, you know, fall in love. But if you don't want me to sit next to you, then fine. Thank you, Haley. But yeah, I just want to continue to talk about the things that are wrong about me because we have so much time together. As I mentioned, I am a gimpy, or the politically correct term, physically broken.
Oh gosh.
I am also mentally broken, but that is because I have decided to drop out of college to pursue my dream of becoming an entertainer.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, and thank you for the applaud. I just want you to know that if you dropped out of college to pursue your dream, you deserve to be unhappy. You are in a position that you deserve, and I have no sympathy for you, and I hope you continue to suffer just like me. I mean, like, it's nice to have relatability, I think. I find you guys all very relatable. Some of you. But yeah, physically broken. So this arm, the right arm is a little bit more damaged than the left one, and the reason that is because I broke it all these years back. Now, what I like to tell people is that I broke it while mountain biking, shirtless, on fire, while saving a kitten. But in reality, I broke it in an IHOP parking lot. Because that's the hipster thing to do, I guess. I mean, that's what all the young kids are doing. Is that they are... I broke my arm in an IHOP parking lot before it was cool. This was like 2008. Good year. I don't remember 2008 very much. It was awful. But yeah. Is that, and while we're on the topic, we might as well talk about the speech impediment thing. I have had so many people come up to me and say, "Hey, bro, what are you? Your accent, it sounds a little foreign." And then they'll be like, "Trump is my leader," and stuff, and I'm like, okay. And here's the thing, I also act as a side dish, as a side life, I act. And I realize that, like, if I am doing a show where I need to put on a British dialogue, I do not need to use a British accent because people with British accents are nothing but speech impediments. In fact, I could do any accent perfectly. Anybody want to hear me say Russian? Any Russian? Okay, look, I am Russian. I have vodka in one hand and Pretty Woman in the other. World domination is the key, Trump 2016. Trump 2020. Trump 2024. Trump till death. But yeah, we're getting we're getting on the race topic. I love it. It's great. I do think we take censorship a little too seriously. I have had so many friends come up to me and say, "Hey, like, blacks prefer to be called African Americans. Do you know who told me this? White people." And here's the thing, I do have black friends, and I would ask them, like, "Hey, do you prefer black or African American?" And they would say, "I don't give a shit, call me whatever you want. Don't call them whatever you want." That could be bad, people could die, we wouldn't want that. But all seriousness, I try to avoid race jokes because I really don't want to offend white people. They are a proud race. They've been through so much, like, over what their grandfather did all these years ago. They're dealing with foreign policy right now. People want them to leave. That was a history joke. But that's fine. I dropped out of college too. But yeah, I mean, like, always try to avoid those race jokes. But hey, let's change the topic because we have time. We got all the time in the world. I am single. Is anybody else single? Okay, I mean, like, cool. I mean, like, I had one man and then another woman say that, and, like, I don't know, it's kind of a tough choice. Should I go with him or her? But yeah, I am single and lonely, and I have had people come up to me and say, like, hey, why don't you just ask out women because the worst they could say is no. This is not true. The worst they could say is no, and explain to you why the answer is no. But you see, Victor, you're just not up to height. You're a part-time student, which is somehow worse than a dropout. Also, you're physically broken, and I don't want to fix you. That one is my favorite, by the way. Very relatable. That's the word of the day, is relatable. But yeah. I mean, like I had a girlfriend once. What a wonderful woman. We dated. We dated for like about, I believe, 2 months. It was fantastic. We never saw each other. It was a fantastic relationship. And I highly encourage you to do the exact same thing. But yeah, I was talking to her because I'm still friends with her, which is, it's always a good idea to still be friends with your ex-girlfriend if you don't have any real friends. And we were talking the other day, and I said, for the very short amount of time that we spent together, I did enjoy it. And she responded with, I kind of like to think that we didn't date at all. I'm like, gee, that's very sweet. Would you like to explain, you ungrateful bitch? And she said, well, you said this yourself. We didn't date for very long. We never kissed. We never held hands. We never made love. I'm like, yeah, I know, but that is your fault. You can't pin that on me. And the way that I see it is I need to build a resume. And I have a lack of job experience as it is, and nobody will hire me. And like, imagine how awful it would be if every ex-relationship was like your resume, was like a previous job. I'm calling about your previous client, Victorio Alfonso Pellegrino, and she'll be like, that guy, I really hate him. It's like he doesn't look in my eyes, he always looks at my boobs, and he has these stupid catchphrases. I don't know what they are, but I know they're stupid. When he told me that he was a performer, I assumed he was a musician, but instead he's some gay poet, I don't know. and then, also most importantly, after we're done having sex, he would then masturbate afterwards. I would ask him why he does this, and he says, I don't want to get prostate cancer. Now, for those who don't know, because I always love a science lesson, when you masturbate, it reduces the chance of prostate cancer. So I highly encourage all of you to do that. And email me about it later. And send pictures. And maybe a video, I don't know your life. I should change the topic again. But speaking of that, I did decide to go condom shopping the other day. Anybody else go condom shopping? Just me? Fine, that's okay. I'm the only one preparing for the apocalypse. And here's the thing, it's I am aware that condoms have an expiration date for 2020. And yes, I am aware that that is not nearly enough time. But what is worse is that, they actually do have different sizes, which is insulting. They have small, medium, and adult.
Are you kidding?
And they actually have different kinds. They actually have icy hot condoms. Ice to numb pain, hot to melt it away. But still, I prefer the ribbed condoms. Ribbed for her pleasure because you're not good enough. Yeah, maybe I deserve to be alone. I'm not really the most romantic guy anyways. I remember the time that I took a female person to see a comedy show at the Comedy Club of Boise, Idaho. Now here's the thing, I get in for free because I am a very talented person. So how is she going to get in? Well, it's simple. I tried to make her buy her own ticket. Now, for those that don't know, that is not a good thing to do. And eventually the woman was nice enough to let her in, and she sat with somebody else, and we enjoyed the show. And like, I can't quite, I want to say, I don't remember who the headliner was. He was pretty good. You should go to check out the Liquid Laughs shows. They do shows every weekend on Thursdays. And actually, no, see Trivia. Trivia is done here too. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm not really somebody that you would consider to be a winner if I haven't been advertising myself quite well. So I remember the very first time that I have attempted to smoke marijuana. That's right, I said attempted, I have failed. You know that little trick where you cut a hole into an apple and then you smoke marijuana through the apple? I couldn't get the apple to work. And my friends were like, do you have any kids and experience? I'm like, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, eventually I did do drugs like an adult. I mean, like, sometimes a good idea. Cool, yeah, and I've been telling everybody about it. My parents, the FBI, it's great. And, like, I remember this time that I have ate a very big pot brownie. I went to the comedy club. And then I threw up in front of the comedy club managers, and it was wonderful. I yelled at a table that did nothing wrong because I was furious. And I haven't been booked there ever since. But that's okay. That's actually a true story. Yes. Yeah, it was wonderful. They had to clean the boardwalk. It was great. But yeah, you know, every now and then I dabble. I do prefer alcohol. The point is, I need something to damage my body. And I think that I do that pretty well. Yeah. So let's do some crowd work. Hi, how are you? Good. All right. We're just hanging out. Oh, hey, Haley. How are you?
I'm great.
Are you sure? I mean, that's good. I can't really believe anything that anybody says anymore on a positive note. Because I am not a positive person anymore. I used to be when I was young like yourself.
I'm younger than you.
At the tender age of 19 or 21.
22 tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. 22 officially marks the day that birthdays don't matter.
Yep.
Have fun with that. Let's change the topic. As I have mentioned, I act as a side hobby. It's hard to get work as an actor. I remember the time that I have been rejected from the Hobbit movie, which is highly insulting. And like, they didn't need to spec or edit me like they did that Shiloh, whatever his name is. I honestly don't know his name.
Shia LaBeouf.
That's it. He actually wasn't in the Lord of the Rings. See, that was a mistake on my part. He was in Transformers, which is a completely, I mean, like, Lord of the Rings is a good movie. And Transformers isn't. So I have done a huge disservice by mistaking those. And because of that, I have completely ruined the show. And after tonight, I am retiring from comedy. But yeah, they wouldn't cast me as a hobbit, and I'm like, you don't need to special edit me. Take out my shoes, the feet are perfect. And there were other voice acting jobs. Like, I remember the time that they replaced me as Chucky. And they were like, hey bro, we've been thinking about this and we want to use a real darn set. Like, bro, can I at least do the voice of Chucky? I'm like, no, bro. Yeah, we got somebody else to do the voice. I mean, nobody likes your voice, so.
Oh, God.
And that fake Spanish accent that you're always putting on is incredibly racist. But it's not a Spanish accent. Oh, then was it different? They're all the same. But yeah, I mean, getting a job as an actor is hard. I used to be unemployed. I am employed now. I am working at the same place that I was fired from, so that's great. They work with me, most of them. I don't know who he is, but I have been fired from that place, but I'm working there again. And I remember when I tried to get a job there, tried to get jobs at various places. It's hard to get a job. I got rejected from high school jobs run by high school students in favor for other high school students. Now let me just say this because I'm a dick. I don't think high school students deserve to have jobs. I really don't. I mean, what does high school... I need a job so I could buy a house, buy a car, buy some drugs and all the other things that adults need. A high school student needs a job so he can buy a video game, jerk off, and go to bed.
Gas money.
And gas money. And gas money. Yeah, right. Well, kids shouldn't be driving either. And I remember the time that I actually got a rejection letter from Blimpies. That is something that actually did happen to me. Now, I can't quite remember exactly how it went, but this is the gist of it. Hey, Victor, thank you for applying at Blimpies. We really appreciate you for taking the time to try to contact us. Unfortunately, we decided to go in a different direction. You see, we are looking for somebody that is very capable of putting meat between two slices of bread. And you don't quite have that ability, but this little shit does. He currently lives at his parents' house on the account of he's only 14. But we do appreciate you, and we hope that you try again, and remember that Jesus loves you. And I thought I should write them back sometime, and I didn't do that yet, but I'll write them back sometime. I will be hey, this is Victor Pellegrino, the guy that you rejected 3 years ago. Look at me now, motherfucker! I got my old job back at Flatbread! I was let go and then they brought me back. You missed something great. And now I do comedy sometimes at various breweries and bars with 5 people, and they're great. Thank you. So yeah. Well, it's time to move on from that topic, I guess. So, anybody know the app Uber? Anybody? Yeah. So, for those who don't know, the idea of Uber is that you are paying a stranger to take you home. For the life of me, I don't understand why people think that this is a good idea. This is the best case scenario with Uber. This is the best case scenario. This guy does give you a ride home, and now he knows where you live. And in 5 days, he's going to come back, and he is going to kill you. Yeah, and that's the best case scenario. This is the worst case scenario. He doesn't take you home. Instead, he takes you to his basement in Arizona, where you're making shoes for Donald Trump. And what is he going to do when he's done with you? He can't just let you go. That's illegal. So, and he already has 3 kids that he stole. So he's going to do the Breaking Bad method, you know? He's going to get a nice tub of acid and he's going to let you bathe in it for a while. And then your story's done. I mean, like, I know, sometimes comedy doesn't have a happy ending, but but you know, that's just the way things are sometimes. But why don't I just finish it up by saying this? So the other day I went to a Chinese and Japanese restaurant. That's right, Chinese and Japanese, because apparently those are the same thing. And I got a fortune cookie that says there's no shame in failure, only in quitting. Well, I guess 24 years of no shame isn't that bad. Still, I want realistic fortune cookies. I want a fortune cookie that says when you leave high school, you will be lost. The army will reject you. You're gonna live in Nampa. You're gonna die in Nampa. And of course, my personal favorite, you should have got yourself tested 5 years ago. You could be surprised what could kill you slowly. But guys, you have been great. I'm gonna go now, so goodbye.